he's going to be left with a difficult chip shot here. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's the opening round of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power though? Ball just took off the face. Second shot.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
Chance for back-to-back.
Frankie's making a statement right now.
And I tell you, I'm one of the listeners right now.
And now the fifth hole, short but challenging par 4, 382 yards, and it obviously rewards precision off the tee, heavily bunkered along the way.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, downhill shot here. Will he have to take it just a little bit easier?
Yeah, be careful with the ball position as well. If you play the ball too far forward and try and scoop it, it's not going to work.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Just 5 feet left. Has it now sitting at 2 under par for the tournament. Frank, what's the pros' take on the first par 3 here at Oakmont, the 6th, at just under 200 yards?
Oh, it's a real beauty. Very narrow in the front. You see how it pinches in so close. It starts to widen up, but even to try and carry that bunker on the right side, there's very few players in the world that can hit it that high and manage to stop the ball in that corner. Once again, you're trying to thread it through that avenue at the front of this green. It's a tough par 3.
Don't want to miss it right here.
No.
Nice putt, counting. All right, Frank, take us down onto the 7th hole, par 4 at 434 yards.
Another one that's just another great driving hole. Bunkers on both sides of the fairway, so you can't really bail out either way. Used to be some trees in that down the right side. They've been removed, replaced now by fescue. So if you do miss those bunkers right or left, it's not exactly one of the easiest chip out to the fairway. Another one that's a must-hit fairway. The reason why? It's a long par 4, and it's the only way you're going to hit this par 4 in 2.
Looking to keep it going here, Frank.
Yeah, another example of things just working as they should.
Good chance at one. Superb shot.
That's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Here at the 8th at Oakmont, a famous hole, and Frank, it's not often we say of a par 3 that it is a beast, but the 8th at Oakmont is just that.
Yeah, you can imagine a 300-yard par 3 to a flat green. That would be hard enough. But imagine a 300-yard par 3 at a U.S. Open to a green that goes up at the front and then crowns at the top and then slips away at both sides. That's the 8th. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. He'll need to be strong with this.
That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational. That is a heat-seeking missile right there. Wow.
I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough.
Oh, it's a good kick. It's only in the first cut. That's not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot.
Even par currently.
Very impressive run he's on, leading the tournament.
Looking like a seasoned veteran.
Take you up now to the 5th hole, 382-yard par 4. Frank, what do you think of the 5th?
An excellent tee shot is required here with just a long iron. Even something as short as a 4-iron is fine because the hole's not overly long. If you can bisect the bunkers on both sides, that's the key there. Second shot's going to be a little downhill.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. This is a good looking shot. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Bottom of the barrel, and now to 2 under. And now to the par 3 6th here at Oakmont, measuring in at just under 200 yards. And this is looking really good. Good clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. This will be a 14-foot putt. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. Let one go. You got to really knuckle. Oh, that even caught me by surprise, Rich. I thought par was in the bag.
This now for bogey. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's the opening round of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there and right down Peachtree. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5.
Please check my phone. Make it ring longer. And I know it comes with more. Well, that's one.
Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
I know how to change it, but can't find the club to
This will be a birdie if it drops. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good.
You want to know the difference between good scores and average scores?
That, right there. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live opening round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational. You can't hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing.
I mean, that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. And with that birdie, he moves into first place.
And look at the look in the eyes now.
We're at the 5th hole now. Short hole, but Frank, pretty challenging even at 382 yards.
Yeah, you've got the bunkers are staggered. The first 3 coming down the left side, and then they start to link up with the ones on the right side that just sort of narrow this fairway up. It just sort of changes the strategy. But if you can just sort of thread an iron up there, that's the main thing. Because this green is going to be very narrow in the front and then slope away to the player's left.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
In the cup. What a shot. Can't get much better than that. Par 3 6th here at Oakmont. Frank, it's changed a bit since you played here in the U.S. Open back in 1994.
Yes, it has, Rich. They used to have a bunker behind the screen, sort of back left. They've removed that now and actually increased the back of this green. I'm going to say it makes the hole that much easier. It just gives them a few more places to cut a flag when they choose to stick it in the back.
Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. These putts keep the round together.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
This for par.
Well, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
All set here at the par 4-7. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's a rather intimidating tee shot there, since the trees have all been removed that used to be very, very close to this fairway. 3 bunkers down the right side, another 2 on the left. They've either got to be somehow threaded in between, or the longest hitters might just be able to squeeze it past.
Second shot here at the par 4-7. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
And with that, he'll go to 3 under. The par 3 8th. This is where Angel Cabrera, Sunday at the U.S. Open in 2007, made a deuce, and it was set up to play at 300 yards on that final day. This is all you want, Frank, in a par 3.
Yeah, it was the first 300-yard par 3 ever in a U.S. Open. This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
Sometimes you get breaks, and he got one right there.
Yeah, I guess the bunker was a little smaller than I thought it was. It looked doomed for that.
Locked in on the read and the speed. That's birdie, and that's just another example of how everything seems to be clicking today, especially on the greens.
Yeah, good green reading too. You've got to take your hat off to that. The line has been perfect and the pace has matched it. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there.
That's fine. Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the win right now.
And right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Could really use this one. It's for birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational. A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. So, Frank, downhill shot, what's the right way to play it?
Well, normally downhill, you're also reducing the amount of lofts. So you got two choices, either hit a little bit easier or actually take a little bit more loft. This looks like it's going to find the target.
So trying to get the back nine off to a good start. The approach shot is on the green, but he still has work to do. This is about a 30-footer coming up. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
I mean, that is one of the hardest drives I've ever seen. Just let it rip.
That was a little over-ambitious.
About 100 yards to the hole here.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up. Should be safely on deck.
Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over.
take a look now at the 10th hole, Frank. Par 4, 462 yards.
Yeah, this one can play a lot of different distances. And the reason why is if you can sneak a driver to catch the downslope, it can run all the way down. You can have just a wedge in here. If you're not as fortunate and you leave it hanging up on that hill, it plays a good 200 yards for your second.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. Ooh, that hurts. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Getting set now over the putt. Good, solid par right there.
We are at the par 5 12th here at Oakmont. This is a big par 5 at 667 yards.
Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch.
Well, the way that came out, really lucky to be on the fringe.
He'll still have a good chance to come out of here with a decent score. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. That was not a very good read right there.
Really. This is an awkward length.
Well, Frank, he'll drop at least one shot here. That was not his best effort.
No, poor is the easiest way to put that. He knows it.
That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
Yes. We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Here at the par 3 13th, we're ready to tee off. It's 183 yards.
Appears to be tracking well. Still some work to do here at the par 3, Frank.
Yeah, you'd think there with the size of that green, this green would be an easy one to hit, but that's irrelevant now. Let's see if he can get it up and down.
Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. We're at the 14th hole at Oakmont Country Club. Frank, it's only 358 yards. How good is the scoring opportunity here?
This is certainly one of the best chances on the back nine here for birdie. That's for sure, Rich. Just a long iron off the tee there, threaded in between bunkers that adorn both sides of this fairway. To set up to what you would say on Oakmont standards is a relatively gentle green.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy. Featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. That one is deep. Every bit of that ball.
It's a big shot right here. Second to the 15th hole.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That will be a great look at birdie.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Just a tap in to finish the hole.
That's how you maintain momentum. You make those putts for par. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. All right, Frank, take us down onto the 7th hole, par 4 at 434 yards.
Another one that's just another great driving hole. Bunkers on both sides of the fairway, so you can't really bail out either way. Used to be some trees in that down the right side. They've been removed, replaced now by fescue. So if you do miss those bunkers right or left, it's not exactly even the easiest chip out to the fairway. Another one that's a must-hit fairway. Reason why? It's a long par 4, and it's the only way you can hit this par 4 and 2.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Get down, look out.
It's over. The green.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Goes to 6 under par for the tournament. What a display of golf.
Here at the 8th at Oakmont, a famous hole. And Frank, it's not often we say of a par 3 that it is a beast, but the 8th at Oakmont is just that.
Yeah, you can imagine a 300-yard par 3 to a flat green. That would be hard enough. But imagine a 300-yard par 3 at a U.S. Open to a green that goes up at the front and then crowns at the top and then slips away at both sides. That's the 8th hole.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Rounding out the front 9 here at Oakmont, Frank, it looks to be straight away, uphill. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, there certainly is. Years gone by, this was a par 5 for the U.S. Opens of yesteryear. Par 5 still for the members. And the reason why is it's a little bit uphill, semi-blind tee shot, bunkers left and right, and of course rough if you miss those. This is one of those holes, even though it's a par 4 now, you miss the fairway here, you are not reaching this green in 2. That was terrible.
Good putt. And that wraps up the third round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. Very well done, almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
He's made it.
.14, pretty short par 4 at 358 yards. Frank?
Get the ball in play here, and certainly your best opportunity for birdie on the second 9 so far. He's gone for a little extra.
Just burning rubber right here. I mean, this one is taken off like a missile.
Just destroyed it. He's going to try and rip the cover off it.
Pretty far from the hole, but still on the green, and that's never too bad. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Just a bit offline and into the bunker. In the green side bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem. Fairly long, 25-foot putt here. Dropping a shot here late in the round, Frank, with that bogey at the 14th. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round.
In this situation, Richard, bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Well, how about this hole, Frank? 499-yard, par 4 15th. All you want.
Oh, that's for sure. The church pew's down the left. It's about 340 yards to get all the way past them, so that's not really an option. Bunkers down the right side, really, they tell you, you've got to somehow hit something in between both of those. And the reason why it's another fairway you want to hit is a long second shot. It's a little uphill to a green that, well, just like all the others, is going to take something special.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there.
Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey.
On to 16 now at 231-yard par 3.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Oh my goodness, that one just rocketed by the hole. It's actually on the fringe right now. Hoping to drop only one shot, this for bogey. Are you kidding me? He just missed that. I cannot believe that. That was such a short putt.
That's plain not fair.
Boy, this game is cruel, Frank. You get on a roll and then smack. Hits you right in the face and knocks you down. Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Gonna need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. That's how you keep a round going. Make them from that distance. This is where so many of the legends, from Hogan to Nicklaus to Miller to Els, made their imprint. And don't forget about Angel Cabrera, the last time the U.S. Open was played here. The 18th hole, the clubhouse straight ahead. What a view, and what a moment in the championship. He'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one.
Safely on deck.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. All right, let's see if he can make back-to-back birdies and really start to pick up some momentum after a struggle at the start of the day.
Yeah, his body language is starting to change, so good chance here. And you never know, maybe get on a run, or this could be the start of a run.
Just a fantastic week of golf. Add that one to the win count.
A lot of great quality players out there, and to come on top of that leaderboard is truly a great accomplishment.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. It's the opening round of the Northeast Invitational.
Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
Wow, what impact. Absolutely crushed him.
Long just meant longer. That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that the little helping breeze,
gave that a nice boost.
He can't be that good.
Get down. Lay down. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
This can be a cruel game at times.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Northeast Invitational.
That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
That's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA.
Not quite what he was hoping for, the tee shot in the bunker. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aimed the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Back-to-back birdies, we'll see.
Frank, just a surgical touch out there.
And the scorecard reflects yet another birdie.
Now to the par 5 ninth. Frank, what are we looking at here?
Well, for the longer hitters, it's actually a chance to reach par 5 and 2. 300 yards is where that fairway starts to bend more to the left. So if you do the maths, it's going to give you roughly 250 yards to the middle sort of front left of that green. That's the easy way to play the hole. Make a mistake off the tee and you might find out this is a more difficult three-shotter than what you were anticipating.
Nice position, short grass, second shot.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.
Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker.
Well, in the sand, but it has been raked nicely, looking for something positive. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
So a tester from 4 feet.
You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run.
So 9 holes down here at the Cliffs at Lighthouse Point. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novello.
Checking out this 10th hole, Frank. Is this a typo? 592 yards, but it's a par 4, not a par 5. What gives?
The reason why that tee shot, severe elevation, so we can at least sort of chew 30 or 40 yards off that number. But I'm not saying this hole's short, that's for sure. So that bunker just at the start of the field on the left certainly comes into play. The other feature, or interesting feature here at 10, is the shared green. This green shares that little piece of property with 13, just divided by that little pot bunker in the middle.
Sensational shot right there, Frank.
Oh, you start beating your chest after a shot like that. That's the best we've seen into this hole to date.
Just a tap in to finish the hole.
And with that birdie, tied at the top.
Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10th. This one comes in at 530 yards. And more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Battelle really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes of the bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making drive or almost too much club or very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. Now, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. And getting ready for the putt. Frank, you've been there. You make that eagle, you jump into a share of the lead. You're feeling awfully good, aren't you?
Time to puff the chest out, just literally racing to the next hole.
Moving on to the 12th hole now. Par 4, 439 yards. Excellent looking shot here.
Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. And this is looking really good. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Has it. Now to 7 under for the tournament.
Rich, in that great opportunity, name on top of the leaderboard. It is only round 1.
Good place to be. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live second round coverage of the Northeast Invitational. Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good looking shot right here. Absolutely throwing darts just inside of 5 feet. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. Par 3 6th is relatively short, 198 yards, Frank.
But this one really, you've got to go airborne here. That bunker that protects the left side and front, you've got to carry that and get it to land soft so it doesn't skip through the back of the screen.
On the green, and a chance for birdie.
Hello, how's it going?
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Drops for a birdie.
That's good. The other day I had 2 hole-in-ones in like 5 eagles, and I had a double
Now to the
eagle
7th
even.
hole here at Lighthouse Point, Frank. We all love the shorter par fours.
There's so many decisions to be made here at 7. If you look at the scorecard, it's not very long, but when you start to flash your driver down that right side, you'll notice that fairway gets very narrow. So the decision is really, that's the prudent play or not. From there, it's just a short iron in, and you should be looking at birdie.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Setting up for the approach, this player in total command.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The decision-making, club selection's been spot on, but the execution, the swing, is really what I'm admiring right now.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Oh, that's so fun, Chunk.
Easy birdie.
Doing the
Love to
junk
get this
mails.
big putt for birdie. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Another par 3. We're at the 8th. It's only 100.
It's a pretty easy course.
Now another par 3. We're at the 8th. Frank, it's only 165 yards.
It is, but when you look at the green, you can see how narrow it is. Actually, the green is nearly a figure 8, so it's obviously the right number hole. Bunkers sort of leftish and that little pocket area on the right, so it'll punish anything left or right, even though the hole's just that meager yardage.
We move to the 9th hole and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs, and the designer's really thrown the boat out. Excuse the pun, we are on the coastline here. This whole dog legs to the left, and ideally you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole, but of course everybody likes to change the driver and reach the
Did you
par five
see
and
that?
miss.
It bounced in the hole and then it bounced out and went a mile away.
Great shot. Just needs to keep it steady here over
What
the
kind of shit is that? Oh, I didn't move it over enough.
Are you kidding me?
I missed an easy
That one was dead
putt.
center. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. He'll do it again today. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament.
I hate when you hit the dang flag and then the ball like ends up like fucking 30 feet away from the damn pin. That shit happened to me like earlier today when I played.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. It's third round coverage of the Northeast Invitational. That should be pretty good right
roll.
there. On the safe side.
Oh,
Beautiful
damn.
shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Just a couple of feet. Everybody loves them. Birdie on the car. Par 4 7th here at Lighthouse Point is only 370 yards. Frank, are you unhappy if you walk out of here with anything other than a birdie?
I'm gonna
We'll
go
see all
for
sorts
it.
of different scores here, Rich. If you hit the fairway, then obviously you're definitely going to be looking at birdie. But you stray, you'll hit the wrong club off the tee.
Oh, I
That's what
fucked that
it's
hit
about
up.
club
Oh
selection.
well. At least I won't end up in the bushes.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Chance to get it close here.
Yeah. Oh, go.
Birdie
Damn
shot
it.
Up next.
I keep hitting it next to the hole and not in the hole.
made it.
That one game the other day, I hit a hole-in-one,
Getting set at the 8th hole.
and I had
It's a
2
par three,
eagles
165
in the
yards.
same
Break it down
round.
for us, partner.
This gets really narrow in the middle of this green, Rich. That's
Okay,
sort of the biggest problem. Matter of
right
fact,
here
you have
should be
12
fine.
yards from that left side to the right in the middle. And the green itself
Should
is
bounce
3
fine.
times that in length, 36 yards. So this is the key hit.
On the green in regulation. Settles in over the putt.
If I didn't add backspin, I might have bounced it in the cup.
Now to the par 5 9th. Frank, what are we looking at here?
Well, for the longer
No,
hitters,
this
it's actually
won't.
a chance to reach a par 5 and 2. 300 yards is where that fairway starts to bend more to the left. So if you do the maths, it's going to give you roughly 250 yards to the middle to the front left of that green. That's the easy way to play the hole. Make a mistake off the tee, and you might find out this is a more difficult free shotter than what you were anticipating.
And from the fairway for
I
his
see
second
where-
shot here.
Let's see. There you go.
All over ambitious.
I should have used a little more boost. I wanted to bounce in the sand, in the grass, and then just go on to the green.
It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there.
Oh, an eagle. That's how you do it.
Now on the 10th hole here at the Cliffs at Lighthouse Point as we begin our trek homeward here at this magnificent golf course. This one puts a little fear into you, Frank. I'm looking at a par 4.
Oh, that was horrible.
600 yards. Help.
Help, you're going to need it, that's for sure.
Look at that
And
messed
one of
up
the things
swing.
they've done to help
I don't
you
know
is
how
a
it
big
went
elevated
straight.
tee, so that'll at least chew some of the yardage off. Hopefully the prevailing breeze is also at your back, which might shorten that number up. Pretty generous fairway. Try and
Let's
take those
see.
bunkers out of play with the big hefty club. And when you get on the green, you're going to realize there's 2 greens here, Rich. 10 shares the same green as 13. This is straight at it.
That's a really good line.
Oh,
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there.
Oh,
The
look at
easiest
that.
of birdies coming up.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like
Damn, the
final round
Knights
of a hotly contested
fucked up the
championship, and this one could be a
Sharks
juicy-
the other
There's
day.
nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing...
Yeah, well, that's an
this one
easy
is gonna
course.
have
All
to
the
be won.
greens and everything are pretty much straight. The course before you joined was like really hard. Yeah, I know. This game now, man. Nashville can't get it in the damn net. They could have been in the lead and stuff. They keep hitting the post or not like catching the passes for the open net shots.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's the final round of the Northeast Invitational.
Get
That
up
appeared to be a
there.
good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It
Oh
is
yeah, the
like a
Capitals fucking
Frank,
blew
this is a
that
position where
at the
the
last
player
minute
absolutely
pretty
licked his
much.
chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Too much
Just
backspin.
a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Great shot to get the birdie. Time to make a move. The closing stretch here at number 16,
Yeah.
par 3, 241
Oh
yards.
damn, why the hell is it giving me the hybrid? Look at that. Are these people on crack? Don't give me that damn club.
Appears to be what they call a
Oh,
commercial play. Very
shit.
solid.
Oh, shit. Oh.
That will be a great look at birdie. 10-foot putt left. I
Oh,
thought he had that. Well, there's an
I barely
opportunity.
hit that to make up for the speed.
He's knocking in
It
for a
didn't
par.
work.
Let's forget
Damn
about this
it.
one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
Simple,
Yeah.
solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Well, sometimes if you just
17
barely
holes in
tap
another
it,
par five over
he
600
won't hit it
yards.
as hard, and that's what I tried to do that time.
Crossway bridge
And it
just
just
ahead.
didn't work.
Frank, if you jump over that bridge, you can get a dynamite lobster roll at Nielsen's Lobster Shack. I don't know if you've ever had it,
Oh,
but
it's one of the best.
it just adds to sort of the charm of this area. But what a hole this is.
S-shaped par 5. You can see it bending to the right off the tee, and then the hole starts to go the
Yeah.
other way. With magnificent view of the bridge you just referred
Alright,
to.
I'm going to try to
Once you
bounce
look at the
it
longest tees,
into the grass,
again,
onto
avoid
the
bunkers,
fairway.
and they're all down the right side.
Oh, I don't think I hit it hard enough. No, I didn't.
Getting
Oh, I
set
knew
for
that
this
was
next
gonna
shot from
happen.
the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well,
That's
this is where
alright,
you see
though.
exactly how good they are, because that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know
Oh,
Safely aboard. Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business.
still a birdie.
Good putt. Frank, we've made it to the finishing hole. If you're having a good day, you stop and you reflect for just a moment. The beauty surrounding you, how well you played. If it hasn't gone all that well, you're thinking about jumping on the Juniata Crossway Bridge off to the left and getting out of Dodge. Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I thought that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Frank, straight uphill with this approach shot, what do you have to factor in terms of club selection and setup over the ball?
We're going to have to take at least an extra club to make up for that added elevation. And also, it's tougher to get onto that
I
front
thought it was
foot.
going to roll more than that.
Excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look.
Yep. Dragon Ball Z.
Mark a birdie on the card. Just a tremendous week of golf.
I
And
destroyed
that, my friend,
them in that
is a winner
tournament.
right there.
Yeah, and he should be proud of himself, too. It took golf of the highest quality to beat this high-quality field, and that is something that you will remember for a long, long time.
I was just gonna check that number. It could have been Mike.
TP Boston. Cat, what you doing? Don't hit that, you dick.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg
Somebody flew
of the FedEx Cup
threw a
playoffs.
catfish on the
Today
ice
it's live opening
with a
round
little
coverage
mini
of the Deutsche Bank
hockey
Championship.
jersey of the Predators. Meow fish. Oh, they put in UC Soros in that for Nashville. They've
Now it's
kicked
right
the
in his
other one out.
wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Whack, whack, whack,
Oh,
whack the
solid
ball,
strike.
ball,
In the
ball.
heart of the green.
Oh. No, don't roll back.
How'd you like that strike?
What a dick.
It was top of the tree.
These putts keep the round together.
Barely filling it.
Suddenly a ray of sunshine with that birdie.
There is hope. And on the top 25.
Been some outstanding shot making to this point. Let's see what's happening now as we resume the action at the 7th. Been a steady performance so far early in.
When he goes after it like he is here.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked it. I tell you, there's long and long. And that, with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. You can see a little bit off.
Oh, I hit it too hard.
That one is going to be in the rough. That's a bit offline in the rough. Set to
Wasn't
go.
paying
Not an easy
attention.
shot by any means. We just saw a player in total control of what he's doing. Didn't miss a green in regulation all day long. Getting set now over the putt. Now at 2 under par for the tournament. Now to the par 3 8th. And Frank, what's the best way to go here?
Hit your best, and then you're looking at making 2.
Oh. Nashville got a
The
goal.
thick stuff.
Thick. It's brutal out there.
I looked over because they scored and I screwed up my shot. Again. Ugh.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. He
They
has a
finally
12
got a goal.
with authority. Count it as a par and 2 under. Real golfers, by the way, do not eat tuna sandwiches.
Predators had a lot of chances, like wide open chances, and they just blew it like every single time. It could be like 5-3 or 6-3 easy.
Just pulverize that golf ball. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed, there's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working.
Yeah. Didn't bounce and roll like I wanted it
Just,
to.
unbelievable that never deviated offline.
Oh,
Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now,
that's what I get for not paying attention to the
Little
putt.
change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports for our entire crew.
That Jets goalie had 163 minutes of shutout time. Oh, damn. Yeah, I'll have to start paying attention. The Lightning better beat Boston Bruins.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live second round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
This is a good looking shot.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh, Ellis just took a skate blade to the face.
Some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Birdie putt coming up.
Oh, he's all bloody now? Oh, that's not good. Blood on the ice.
We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has
Yeah, it looks like the side of his face
Frank,
near
like
his
all
lip.
TPC golf courses, TPC Boston has the fan
Or
in
side
mind.
of his
You
face,
see
I don't
those
know.
mounds throughout the golf course that gives people a chance to just sit, relax, and watch some golf. And there's a nice shady spot on the hill behind the 11.
Yeah, that's just before the 12th tee, and you really do get a look at the tee shots coming in 11.
Let's
as well
watch
as
the
little,
replay.
Undulations and contours on that massive green.
Oh! Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, the side of his face with the skate. That's not good.
Appears to be tracking well. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Burlington here in Florida, they were selling an official Winnipeg Jets hockey jersey for $20.
Now in the top 25.
I almost bought it. It's one of these white ones they're wearing now tonight. Ooh.
Oh, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it?
Second from an excellent lie.
Oh, go in your home.
Shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Just a couple of feet. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Frank, par 4 13. Just swing away with that big stick with the driver.
Big advantage if you've got another 10 or 15 yards left in the bag here. If you can carry that left side, you certainly shorten this hole up.
There we go. Got
Frank, did
around
you hear
that
the sound
tree.
of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully. There's a big green.
He's not in net no more.
3 inch of it.
They kicked him out.
Well, that's how it's done. The approach
He's
shot
still a really
within
good
10
goalie.
feet and another good look.
But
Now
he's
this
just
for
not
birdie,
in
came
net.
away with par in the previous round. Headed
They
in the
put
right
that
direction.
UC Saros guy in or whatever.
Sneaks into the top 10. It's a good move.
However you say his
Ranking
name.
14th down. Anytime you get a par 4 that is almost 500 yards, it gets your attention.
It does play downhill though, so you don't have to smash away here. It's better if you can get something moving a little right to left. Then it will take the natural slope. You get a little more yardage out of it that way.
Oh, breakaway for the Jet. Oh, what the heck?
Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. Not overly big, but man, can really move it a long ways. Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball's sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
And you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. Big swing right there, and a great result. And now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. Settles in over the putt. Frank, sometimes it takes a bold stroke to win a tournament. Get back into it, and that's what we just saw.
Birdie's make a move. Eagle, especially right now, could not have picked a better time.
Frank, after a couple of par fours where you just sort of let it go with the driver, different strategy here at the 15th?
Yeah, you don't want to get carried away here. This is one where just a nice smooth swing, get that ball in the fairway. And that second shot, you've got to carry that false front.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. It's like cyber vision. Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
There you have it, Frank. The second round is complete. What are your thoughts?
I think anybody looking at this leaderboard, anybody in the top 10 of that leaderboard is certainly in a good position to win. Quality of the golf there in that first 10 is excellent.
Yep.
NBC Golf Channel on EA
Try to hit
Sports,
that wolf with the ball.
association with the PGA Tour proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today it's live third round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship.
Good contact, good result. Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Vijay Singh, Charlie
Cat,
Hoffman,
you're in the
and
way.
Rick Stenson. They all have one thing in
Butthole.
common. They all tied for the low tournament score at TPC Boston,
Can't
22
see.
under.
And they're all good. Yeah, this is a golf course that obviously gives in to the longer hitters. And if there's just a little bit of sting taken out of the greens, then these long hitters have a huge advantage.
Get
Should be
in the
pretty good
hole.
right there. On the safe side. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's formality now.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Frankie, just love the variety of holes here at TPC Boston. Now we get to the 7th. It's a 600-yard par 5.
It looks straight away, but the problem is if you don't hit a good tee shot, then you really have to be aware of that cross bunker. That is one place you don't want to go with your second shot.
Beautiful rhythmic swing right there, and right down Peachtree. Nice position, short grass, second shot.
This ball's gonna roll like crazy.
And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Oh, just missed.
And that was sublime.
Just good hands coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position.
Should have had that eagle.
Score that, a birdie. Coming off the
Yep.
par 5-7, now a par 3,
Stitch him up and throw him back in.
All about.
Another hole that picks with the same theme. Really want to fly this nice and high. That narrow part at the front of the green really is to be avoided unless the flag is there.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach,
Yep.
giving him another good look. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Oh, it didn't even
There's an
turn.
opportunity wasted.
It showed that big ass arc, and I made the adjustment, and it just went straight.
Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
Yeah.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Well, I'm in the lead, so.
Frank, I love a hot dog and a soda at the turn. How hard is it to take a giant bite out of this ninth hole? Looks tough.
It is. Everything sort of bends where those two bunkers are, and that's sort of 350 yards to get past that. And there's an annoying little bunker that's about 30 yards short of this green. So you have to be precise with both the first and the second
I
shot.
finally hit 50 subscribers on Twitch. I'm almost partnered with them or affiliated or whatever it is. I just need to do that 3 consistent viewers on my list thing in a month. Certain amount of times or whatever it is.
Looks at this one. That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Frank, just a surgical touch out there.
Oh, I ordered a new katana.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novel.
It's a katana from Bleach,
TPC Boston on a
the anime.
gorgeous fall afternoon. Frank, want to make the turn with a little momentum? What's the 10th setup like?
Well, a lot of the pros just hit 3-wood down here. It's not overly long. It's fairway first. And then, of course, just a short iron into this green that shapes away from you.
That is tasty looking right there from just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Oh, it looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is really...
Wow, that rolled a lot more than I
Just
thought.
averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
This will be a 14-foot putt here.
Rich, that just adds insult to injury to the rest of the field. Another birdie, and the gap even wider.
A sensational performance. 11th hole here at TPC Boston. Frank, this is a stout par 3.
Why did he pass that?
Plays a little
The
bit
dude was
uphill,
so
and that
close.
gaping
He
bunker
should have
is
shot
so
it.
right. Have to avoid that.
Ugh. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Good swing, good shot yet again.
Ah, I put too much
Just an
back then.
incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich.
Look at
I think
that.
our winner is
I'm in the
certainly gonna come from that
lead.
list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
Ooh. Dutch Bank.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship.
Deutsch. Speakity Deutsch.
3:15. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this
Good
game just
chance
looks
to
like fun.
make a birdie.
Bunkers don't seem to be in play.
We'll see
The
what
only thing
happens.
you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Drops for a birdie. Frank, I don't think they've come up yet with an EA Sports bass fishing challenge, and this wouldn't be the time to do it, would it? 16th hole.
We might see a few people fishing for their golf ball, though. Big mound in the middle of this green. You don't have to go directly at the flag when it's on the left. You can use that mound to kick the ball around.
That is classy.
A chance of going in. Chance for back-to-back.
Doing what needs to be done. You need to make them from that distance. Just 2 holes left to play here at TPC Boston. Frank, we're on to the 17th, and what can you tell me about this 412-yard par 4?
It looks like a dogleg left, but you don't play it that way. Hit it straight down towards that bunker on the right side. Then the second shot's downhill. That's fine.
Coming down the home stretch here at the 17th. Set up well for a chance to go after this flagstick. Frank, he's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep going.
Oh, why did I do that?
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Yeah.
Did a nice job with that putt. Good read, good speed. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Virtually no error in that putting stroke. Good putt.
Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston, for whatever reason, generates quite a bit of buzz, doesn't it?
It does. The longer hitters, obviously, they lick their chops. They're having a chance to make this green in 2. But if you find one of the fairway bunkers, the addition of that hot bunker for the layup, that just makes that decision that much more difficult.
Yeah. It was worse than that. It was like 20-something to 4 shots. And they were like losing 3-0. Go in, go in! Oh!
That is one of the shots of the day right there. And he will have a
How did I
really
not
good
get that in?
to win the Deutsche Bank Championship. The eagle has landed. Wow.
Yeah, I almost had that double eagle.
And that wraps up the final round. Just a great performance by our champion today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. I think this one will have to go down in the books as an absolute classic. Fantastic play, not only in the course today, but all week long.
I'll play one more round, and I'm going to take a break. The Kentucky Derby? What is that, horse racing or something? I don't watch that stuff.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Orlando Classic.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Back to the second hole here at Bay Hill. Frank, long par 3.
And that green slopes so much from right to left, so you can actually use the contours of the green here.
Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Frank, he took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Now at the par 4 third, Frank, this is a great golf hole.
It certainly is. Remember, the brain doesn't register don'ts. So aim right. There's a bunker down there. Keep focusing on where you want it to go. Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though?
Over the water we go.
Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
It's a nice birdie right there.
Could not have come at a better time. Third place now.
For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the 4th. Frank, this is a very nice start to the round. Couple of birdies on the scorecard. Looks extremely solid.
Yeah, it looks well poised actually to have a very good round today. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
And now the second shot here at this par 5.
This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at Eagle coming up and getting ready for the putt.
Just seems an absolute waste. Got to take your time.
So just a formality. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Fifth hole at Bay Hill. Frank, this is a chance to employ some course management as opposed to maybe brute strength. What do you think?
Yeah, rather soft par 4. No water here, but bunker down the left and bunker down the right. Pinches into that corner. So if you're a little wayward, an iron here is not a bad idea. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, what about this approach shot here at the fifth?
One of the few holes where you get a short iron in your hand for that second shot, but that green slopes away at about a 45-degree angle to the right, which makes distance control paramount here at 5.
That will be a great look at birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Knocks that putt in for par to stay at 3 under.
Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the sixth?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Looking to keep it going here, Frank.
Yeah, another example of things just working as they should.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for Eagle coming up.
Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Will make birdie if he holds this putt. Starting to play some good golf. With that birdie, moves to 4 under for the tournament.
Well, Frank, round 1 in the books. Look who's on top of the leaderboard.
And that's with some strong play today. They don't really need to look back. Strong play heading into the second round tomorrow.
All right, well, I'm done for now. I'll get back on later, maybe. Have a nice day.